This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Because everyone's talking about this.
Always live, always real, always unpredictable.
You think this hair just naturally stays like this?
Log on and join our live conversation.
I can't believe I'm saying this. I do agree with you.
DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to DBL. It is Wednesday, May 1st. We are live and we're talking about what you're talking about right now. I am here with Erica, Jeff, Al, and I am Sam. Hey, how are you today?
I'm great. Great dress.
Thank you, Al. I appreciate that. You look good too. It is May 1st and all month long on DBL. May is for moms. We're dedicating the whole month to making moms feel like the super special people they are. From a surprise mom makeover to helping an empty nester start the next chapter in her life. Plus, we're giving away moms from our own DBL Nation a luxurious mom's prize pack. Al, yeah, turn off your phone. We are on air. So make sure to tune in all month long. Well, right now, the Attorney General is being grilled on Capitol Hill. Attorney General William Barr is facing some tough questions from senators about his 4-page summary of Special Counsel Robert Mueller's report, and specifically about his decision to exonerate the president on obstruction of justice. This after the Washington Post broke the story late yesterday that Mueller sent Barr a letter objecting to a summary, saying it did not fully capture, quote, the context, nature, and substance of the report. Mueller's letter goes on to say, quote, there is now public confusion about critical aspects of the results of our investigation. This threatens to undermine a central purpose for which the department appointed the special counsel, to assure full public confidence in the outcome of the investigations. And already, both sides are putting their own spin on the narrative, with Fox News reporting that the Attorney General is revealing tensions with Mueller over obstruction cop-out, and CNN reporting that Mueller is frustrated with Barr and surprised Mueller didn't reach a decision on obstruction. This must be frustrating for you, Jeff, because you've been saying from day one that you just feel like everybody has a political agenda.
They do. I mean, if you're with Trump, you're going to find reasons to hate this. If you're against him, you're going to see the holes in the story. This has been going on for months and months, and it'd be easy for me to come up here and get one quote off the internet and pretend like I knew what I was talking about and take a stand on what's going on. I don't know what's going on, and I promise you the American people do not know what's going on, and I'm telling you, they're tired of it. If I'm tired of it, they're tired of it. And if you turn on one thing, if you turn on CNN, you're going to hear one story. If you turn on Fox News, you're going to hear a different story. So what's the truth? Let's get to the bottom line and move on with our government and worry about other things, because there's children dying every single day in this country. But let's not talk about that. Let's get to the bottom of Mueller's report. I'm sorry I went on a tangent. Go.
No, that's good. I think your frustration speaks for a lot of Americans. And I think that's what when you said I could read one quote from the internet and act like I know what's going on. I think that's what a lot of people do. But what you said was so honest. I don't think anybody does. No one with 2 kids, 3 kids, 1 kid, a life, a husband is going to sit down and read that full Mueller report. So what do? We depend on the AG to give us the facts about that. And people feel like he did not do it. He's saying no collusion, no collusion. That investigation wasn't even looking for collusion. They were looking for obstruction. But the way that they set that narrative, they took control of it. And now it was Mueller's job in his department to try and take it back. And now we're in this weird wrestling match, and no one knows what's going on.
What's the solution,
I feel your
Erica?
frustration.
I feel everyone's frustration. What's the solution? Is it to finally have Mueller and even Barr in the same room and they just hash it out, fact check one another, so we, the American people, can just hear it from them?
I think the solution is really unity when it comes to our country, but we're not going to get that because, yes, everyone has their own agenda. Don't get it twisted. This ball of confusion is absolutely on purpose, and it's orchestrated in order to make sure that people are focusing on what people want us to focus on. I agree with Jeff. I think that there are so many other pressing issues at this point that it's being circulated this way in order for us to be looking here when something else is going on over here. I've always felt that way, and I don't like to be looking here when something's going on over here.
Wouldn't it be crazy if our government got things done? I don't even think the American people would know how to react. If, like, instead of doing stories like this, we were like, this bill's been passed, this bill's up for debate, but we don't. It's just back and forth. It's like we have to report on high school every day.
Yeah, but if they put as much news attention, both sides, Democrats and Republicans coming together on this report, tweets being sent out, all that on what we could do to stop gun violence, what we could do
But not
to
everyone.
stop children.
But not everyone is going to be on the same page with you when it comes to your solution for stopping gun violence. Speaking of gun violence,
No one's on my page because I want death immediately after that happens. So nobody's on my page about that. But maybe the government should get on one page. Just because you're a Democrat doesn't mean you hate everything about every Republican and vice versa. The divisiveness in this country
I agree.
is astonishing to me.
I
And
know.
it frustrates me on a daily basis that we get nothing done.
I know. And you mentioned gun violence, and yet again, I mean, I can't even tell you how many stories we've reported on regarding guns. But yet again, we have some sad news that we have been tracking today. Police are investigating yet another deadly shooting, this time at the University of North Carolina at Charlotte. So let's get to Kelly Schubert. She has all those details.
Sam, 2 people are dead and 4 others are hurt after police say an ex-student went into a classroom and began shooting. Sources tell our sister station, NBC Charlotte, that students were giving a presentation on the last day of classes when the shooting happened. The 22-year-old suspect was arrested on the scene, and we've decided not to use his name or show his face, but he did smile at the cameras as police took him into custody. Ugh. At least 3 of those who were injured are in critical condition right now. Sam, I'll keep you updated.
I can't. I mean, the only thing I can do right now is speak of the hero, because that's the only thing that brings some sort of light, even though this hero lost his life. His name is Riley Howell. He's 21 years old. Riley was in that classroom with about 30 other students. There he is. He charged the gunman with no fear, went right up to him. He stopped the attack. Can you imagine how many other victims there would have been? But he lost his life. So I can't imagine being a parent right now and losing my child and then seeing that monster smile on camera. It just...
Yeah, we don't even lead with shootings anymore on our show. We're talking about Barr, and that's not a shot at our producers or our show. It's just that there are that many that, at this point, they're going to be on a bi-weekly basis. So we, on the television show, have to decide what we're going to lead with. Usually, this will be a lead story and maybe something that happened once in our lifetime. But instead, it'll be twice a week because, like you said, Jeff, we're too busy arguing about pieces of paper.
Right. And unless
Meanwhile,
it
somebody
happens,
doesn't have
unless
their
it happens to
21-year-old
that
son.
family, unless Riley's your son, you don't care anymore. I want to raise my son to be like Riley. But unfortunately, the gunman's the one who survives in this country, not the strong. This guy was going to go to the military and fight for our country. But now there's one less good person in this world and one more bad person smiling, mocking our democracy, mocking what we do every single day in this country. It's disgusting to me, disgusting what we care about in this country.
I know. We do have a photo of the other victim as well. This is Ellis Parlier. I hope I'm pronouncing that name right. 19 years old. And we do know that there's four others critically injured in the hospital. From what I've heard, they're expected to make it, so we are praying for them. And Erica, what are you thinking right now?
Like, since we started the show, we've covered Parkland, we covered Vegas,
Thousand Oaks.
Thousand Oaks,
New Zealand.
Churches.
How about all the
Sam, we don't have time.
Yeah,
we don't have time.
It's crazy to think that there was a time when we were so shocked by this violence that the entire weeks after, it was the lead story. We were talking about the victims. We were talking about how we can stop this. What's the genesis of this? And now we've stopped having those conversations about how we can stop this because it seems that it's no longer the lead story. People have become super apathetic about it.
Yeah, the reality is, back in the day, people would be concerned of like whether or not their children would return home on time because maybe they're getting into some mischief. Now it's whether or not your children will return home or your loved ones will return home because, God forbid, they are victims in a school shooting or of a church or a synagogue or a place of worship or a movie theater or a carnival.
Think about it this way. 10 years ago, if a bunch of us on a panel would have sat here and said, I know someone who has been shot, was killed in gun violence, people would be like, what? Like, it was so, now I know more than my share of people who have been shot or affected by gun violence.
I do too.
In just this manner. It's like, it's a part of our everyday lives, and I guess we're okay with it.
Yeah. DBL Nation, you're always going to see our honest reactions We process it just as you process it. So please write in. We want to have the conversation with you. We will be right back.
Best Fiend.
Guys, Kelly Schubert with the DBL digital team. We are tracking very sad news. We did just get a photo of Ellis in, as well as Riley Howell. Both of them heroes. It's really a sad situation here. Our station WCNC, they're in Charlotte. They're doing a really good job of keeping us updated on all the things that are happening right now on campus. There is a vigil happening. There's lots of students on campus. It's giving me chills, holding hands, praying, just coming together. It's just a sad situation. It feels like we've been through this again and again and again, and I think that's what's difficult. I'm going to go see if the hosts want to chat. Guys, do you want to keep chatting about this? Yeah. DBL Nation? Yeah. Sure. Come on over, Courtney. I was just telling them again and again and again, it just keeps happening. It's like, and just like Al said, it's just another blip.
I just wonder, like, what the generations underneath us must think of our generation. We've completely failed them in every way in terms of getting something done. We're going backwards.
Our planet,
our planet. We have half the world thinks the world is flat now. You know, it's just the anti-vaxxer. It's just the amount of misinformation and sides and lines in the sand drawn just result in another dead kid that'll be used as a talking point.
For how long? Till the weekend's done?
Yeah.
Are you sure we're not going to have another one for the weekend, Jeff?
No, I'm not.
We talked about one yesterday.
I'm not.
We talked about one yesterday. Did you? Some of the students have been.
I thought we were doing the same story when I saw the rundown this morning.
I know.
And there was another story that police just foiled an attempt to. Some kids were going to shoot up a school. I just read, and they foiled it. We don't even have time to talk about that. The good stories.
I'm just curious.
I forgot. I read the article.
But not only that, we forget about the PTSD, the students. Like there are students in nearby buildings that are hearing the shootings, and they don't know that at any moment that shooter could be coming into them.
Two of the Parkland kids since the shooting have committed suicide.
I know.
I don't know. It's.
On Daily Blast Live, on Holocaust Remembrance Day, a survivor shares his harrowing story of survival and the unimaginable suffering he witnessed as an 8-year-old boy.
I don't know how you keep faith through that.
Plus how one fateful warning may have saved his life.
My mind is like a film. I remember everything.
That's tomorrow on DBL.
Wow, what an important story. Welcome back to DBL. It is time for Fifth Host. When we talk about what you're talking about, a proposed bill would put new restrictions on how Texans use their food stamps. If passed, people will no longer be able to use their benefits to buy soda, energy drinks, and junk food. Supporters want to ensure the program is providing proper nutrition, but opponents feel the government is crossing a line. So DBL Nation, should there be restrictions on the type of foods you can buy with food stamps?
That's
Al,
a good
take it
one,
away.
Sam. All right. Mel from Facebook says, I can see drug testing being more reasonable than a ban on soda and junk food. The drug testing thing, Mel, is a whole other conversation I'd love to have with you sometime. As for the food, I mean, it goes both ways. I mean, you know, obviously cheaper food is worse food is cheaper.
Yeah.
And when you're on a budget and you have to make things stretch, especially when you have several mouths to feed, you have to make decisions that are unpleasant. You know, it's hard to, you know, when you're asking people for money, not asking, but when you're using other people's money, the question is, do they have a say in that? And I think that's ultimately what we're talking about. If I loan you $10 for lunch and I see that you're eating Skittles, I might be like, Sam, you said you needed money for food, not Skittles. So, I mean, I think I have a say in that, but at the same time,
especially
it's your body. I gave it to you. So after I give it to you, do I have a say so?
Got it.
Wendy from Facebook says, great idea. How about banning steak and lobster too? People with food stamps eat better than I do. I have to work while they do nothing.
Wow.
Wendy, I don't want to say exact, but I know that this conversation has been brought up tens of millions of times, and there's a lot of programs that don't allow for it. Some programs are specifically for women and infants in order to get the basic necessities, but I am very uncomfortable telling people what they can and cannot eat, especially when it's on a budget. When you're talking about food stamps and subsidies, you're also talking about the majority of people aren't staying on there for an indefinite amount of time. So I think that we need to get educated about who is using food stamps and why, because I think the empathy would be far greater when you know that it could happen to you or someone else in your family.
Barry from Facebook says, I truly don't understand the outrage people feel towards those who receive food stamps. Does it really affect you that much? If it does affect you if you're a tax-paying citizen, so you are paying for those meals. I do think education, Erica touched on, is the key in this whole thing. You have to teach people that you can't just eat chips all the time or drink soda all the time. You do have to have a balanced diet. Maybe meal plans, if they could come pick up like a balanced diet with a little bit of fruit, with a little bit of sandwich, with a little bit of chips in there, maybe that would be the answer, but that would require a lot more work and a lot more money.
Yeah, that's great. Veronica from Facebook says there's always going to be restrictions and limitations on what you can buy with food stamps. What I'm hearing here from all of you is, I think, all really great common sense solutions.
Well, I love we're really smart, Sam.
I love the idea of more education on exactly who the food stamps are going to, so you can have empathy. I love the idea of just having education about nutrition. In this country, across the board, we have very little education when it comes to nutrition. And most importantly, as you stated, let's have more healthy food be accessible.
Yeah, and you feel better. I mean, all this morning.
But it's not accessible.
I had this. It's not.
It's not.
It's not. But
let alone organic food. Good luck.
You know, and I think there are people that are of some kind of means that didn't know. I mean, I walked around the studio all morning. I hear Patty and Leo talking about shakes as I'm walking in here. Brandon and I are talking about the 10-day challenge and what we can eat and what's a good sugar substitute. I mean, once you get into food and you realize it's the fuel that goes into your body, it's so much easier. You're going to feel better, I promise. I know Cheetos taste good. They do. But you're going to feel so much better. It's worth it. So I think education and just showing people, hey, an option. Yeah, it's not that bad.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, great conversation. Thank you for writing in. We love hearing what you have to say, even if we disagree. Coming up on DBL, the biggest names in fashion are designing short shorts for dudes. We'll show you why the old school look is coming back. And the month of May is bringing a whole new slate of shows, what you should be watching, coming up next.
Nation, welcome to the breaks where instead of commercials we give you some latest trending stories. This is coming out of dailymail.co.uk. Halle Berry, you guys remember the movie Speed back in the 90s? I've watched it once and let me tell you guys, I need to watch it again because I've been watching a couple clips on YouTube and I love it. But Halle Berry was actually given offered the role, the Sandra Bullock's role, before any of the other casts were offered their role. She was actually first, and she was saying in an interview with Daily Mail that she was actually offered that position first. And I don't know, it'd be a little bit weird to imagine Halle Berry in that role, but she said that she read the script and that the bus doesn't leave the parking lot. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. And yeah, she read that part, wasn't as interested, but now she says she feels like she regrets it a little bit. But she is starring with Keanu Reeves in the new John Wick Chapter 3. Guys, I cannot wait for that movie. Write us in and let us know how you feel about that, because John Wick 3, it's going to be right after the end of John Wick 2. I mean, the chase is happening right at the beginning. Like, guys, that's going to be a phenomenal movie, but it's actually their first time working together. And that's not the only couple in Hollywood that are working together for the first time. Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt are doing their first one as well in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. DBL Nation, write us in and let us know what actors and actresses you would like to see collab, and we'll see you next break.
Thanks, Leo.
Thank you.
Welcome back to DBL. It's finally May, and that means there's a bunch of new TV shows to watch. And here are the shows you have to see.
Will Ferrell is heading to Netflix, this time as a producer for the dark comedy Dead to Me. Christina Applegate stars as a grieving widow who meets an unlikely friend.
My guest house is open.
And together they start dabbling in some murky business. With Ferrell behind the scenes and Applegate leading the cast, we expect Dead to Me to be a lively comedy despite the name. The show premieres May 3rd on Netflix. Oxygen tackles true crime with the disappearance of Susan Cox Powell.
She was considering divorcing him.
A two-part series promising new twists in the 2009 case about the Utah mother of two who mysteriously vanished without a trace. Showrunners say viewers can expect new evidence and never-before-seen videos from the investigation that once captivated the nation. The true crime series begins May 4th on Oxygen. If you love Downton Abbey, then The Spanish Princess might be your new cup of tea. This colorful period drama focuses on Henry VIII's first wife and is picking up buzz for its diverse cast. Don't be fooled by the pretty dresses. Critics say The Spanish Princess packs a punch with intense battles, too. The historical drama premieres May 5th on Starz. Lucifer fans, pat yourselves on the back for this one. The supernatural show about heaven's original fallen angel and his detective pal found salvation thanks to its fans. A huge campaign to keep the show going after getting canceled worked. And now its 4th season is coming to Netflix. We'll get to meet more of Lucifer's famous friends.
I'm guessing this isn't going to end well.
And finally, get an answer to last season's cliffhanger. 10 new episodes of Lucifer drop May 8th on Netflix.
Coming up, we tackle a hot-button issue that impacts millions of Americans, sexless marriage, the top reasons behind it, and what you and your partner can start doing right now to get back on track. And Jeopardy host Alex Trebek is opening up about fighting pancreatic cancer, how he stays positive despite the diagnosis, still ahead on DBL.
Hey DBL Nation, we are starting the 10-day doable challenge, and we want you to join. Here are the rules. We have 4 points you're gonna track every single day. No sugar. So we're not saying no carbs, we're saying any added sugars, any sugars that are put into ingredients that shouldn't be there. Those are the sugars we're looking for. Those are out. No alcohol. Alcohol is really not good for our liver, for our system, for our sleep, for our stress. So just by taking it out for 10 days, they will notice a difference. Work out at least 15 minutes every single day. Ideally, not just running or not just walking, but strength training at home or in the gym for at least 15 minutes to help improve muscle mass. And make sure you get enough protein. I want you guys to hit at least 100 grams of protein a day. And if you're a bigger guy, I want you to hit 125 grams of protein a day. This is only 10 days. You can do anything for 10 days. Don't disappoint me. You got this.
DBL Nation, what's going on? It's your commercial break with Brandon London. We're here to talk about, as you just saw, the package that just got ran. We're on day 3 of the 10-day challenge, AKA make Brandon's body a thirst trap again. That's what I like to call it. So it has already started for us, but you can start as well, and we're going to run through May 8th. May 8th is our last day, and like you saw in the package, the rules are, there are no rules, but there are some rules. No alcohol, absolutely no alcohol. Yesterday I was at an event, it was open bar, I had water with a lime in it. Good job, B. London. No sugar, absolutely no sugar, no added sugars, the fructose, the glucose, the agaves, which I bought 2 things of agave, and I'm upset because I can't use it. 15 minutes of movement daily. Walk your dogs, take a walk on the park, go push your kids on the swing set. Whatever people do for movement daily. And last but not least, eat protein. I think for women it was 100 grams of protein. For guys it was 125. But I must warn you, all that protein does give you a case of the BGZs. Now, we want you to go to the DBL Nation as a Facebook group, and we've all been posting videos in there. I've been posting, can I eat this or not, looking at the back of the ingredients on the back of some stuff. So we want you guys to be involved. This is something that we want DBL Nation to be involved. So the DBL Nation Facebook group, we want you all to come in, kind of tell us how you've been doing, send us pictures, comment on the pictures that we post. Help me out here because I'm having trouble with this sugar thing. you can't drink anything. Everything has sugar in it. Everyone's like, oh, drink water. I'm getting tired of water. Oh, drink water with lemon in it. Water with lemon in it is water. That's still water. But we can't have sugar, but I'm doing great. I'm sure Al, Jeff, and Stephanie are doing okay. Now I'm gonna start bringing in donuts, start tempting them, do it the Patriot way, because if you're not cheating, you're not trying. No. See you guys.
Welcome back to DBL. Now, it's no secret that I love to drive, so you better believe I'm all about the latest car gadgets. Check it out in this DBL Drive presented by who, y'all?
CarShield!
There we go. You know what I keep thinking about? It's just like, our time at the car show was so cool because you keep thinking, all right, that's it. We've invented everything. What was your favorite gadget that you saw at the car show?
Can I be honest? I really
I'm
liked...
expecting you to be honest.
Okay. I loved the part where you could do a tailgate and all that, but then they thought of women because our reach isn't as long,
Right.
and that they gave you that extra. So it was like a pickup truck, but you could fold it in 6 inches, so you could actually move in. I mean, it's just thoughtful things like that make your ride more comfortable. I appreciate.
It had Bluetooth, so you could put on your music, whatever that is.
That's
whether it's
right.
Dr. Dre or Luke Bryant.
That's right.
You have a charger for phones. You had a place to put your cooler.
These new gadgets are designed to make your ride super smooth. Need to charge your phone but also want to be able to see your GPS? Try a wireless mount that also serves as a charger. Try a mini fridge, portable and affordable. And one item you can use for any drive, an auto protection plan with CarShield. CarShield protects their members from the high cost of auto repairs. Call 1-800-505-9619 for a free quote.
There you go.
So I fell in love with that auto show. I think a pickup truck might be on the horizon.
Yeah, do it.
Jeep is releasing their first pickup in 26 years. Remember the old Comanches?
Yeah.
Yes, and it was really cool. So I don't know. I'm sure it's very expensive.
Erica, you got comments?
Yes, it's about Fifth Host. Faith on Facebook says, I think you should be able to buy anything your family wants to consume. Food stamps don't let you buy anything that doesn't have nutritional facts on the label. As long as it isn't alcoholic beverages or something like that, I don't see a problem with being able to buy sodas or junk food ever so often on food stamps. People buy healthy stuff with food stamps too. Why is this an issue? Where Sherry on Facebook says, yes, hard restrictions for food stamps. Yes.
Still polarizing. All right, if you're leaving us right now, you can still watch us live on Facebook and YouTube. Here's what's coming up next.
Jeopardy host Alex Trebek on the battle of his life.
I've discovered in this whole episode, ladies and gentlemen, that I'm a bit of a wuss.
For the first time, he gets candid about his cancer fight. Then, who wears short shorts? Men. But is this new sexy summer trend for everyone? And we're showing you how to cook a Chili's favorite at home. Copycat Kitchen takes on Skillet Queso when DBL comes back.
DBL Nation, what's up? It's your boy Jeray for the Slay, and we're back with another Beauty Blast Edition video. Now this week, we're giving you a surprise little inside scoop of everything beauty that's happening for you guys. Now, this past week has been crazy. We've had so much going on, but I'm gonna give you my top 3 beauty insiders secrets that I found recently. So number 1, we had the amazing Katy Perry seen at Coachella. Now, she wasn't just seen rocking her everyday American Idol looks, honey. She had a gorgeous monochromatic all pink look going on. This started from the top with Chris Appleton, her hairstylist, styling her hair in a beautiful fuchsia pink moment. This is a beautiful body wave. Now the fuchsia pink tone though is just enough to give her some more of those cool and warm vibrancies all the way through her hair. This made for a great gradation when you see her on the red carpet, and she just looked amazing. Now down to the makeup, her makeup artist Michael Anthony used ColourPop Ooh La La eyeshadow palette, and this is seen in that gorgeous cat smoky eye that he created for her. This is a great way to shape out her eye without using eyeliner. And it made sure that you could really see those pink tones living off of her skin. It was an absolute gorgeous moment. Now, another star that we've had our eye on lately is the gorgeous queen, Rihanna, y'all. Give it up for Queen Rihanna because she is just looking amazing. Now, we saw her on Harper's Bazaar's cover for their 2019 Beauty Edition, in which she is sporting a gorgeous rainbow avant-garde look. This look is just to die for. You just have to take a look at it just to see all these vibrant colors and how they're playing off of her skin as well. Now, Fenty Beauty posted this picture on their Instagram, and we got a clue that there is possibly a new item that was used in the shoot that will be featured. Now, Rihanna is famous for this, for dropping brand new products up to 1 year in advance. So we might not even know what this is until next year, but I'll tell you what, your boy Jeray for the Slay is super excited. So you guys, thanks for coming in and viewing another amazing episode of Beauty Blast. Let me know what you want to see for next week. I'll talk to you soon.
On and join our live conversation.
I can't believe I'm saying this. I do agree with you.
DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to DBL. We are live and we're talking about what you're talking about right now. So let's get started. Well, at the moment, Alex Trebek is fighting stage 4 pancreatic cancer. While he says his doctors tell him he's doing well, he's opening up about the darker side of his treatment. Watch.
What I'm not used to dealing with is these surges that come on suddenly of deep, deep sadness. And it brings tears to my eyes. I've discovered in this whole episode, ladies and gentlemen, that I'm a bit of a wuss.
Oh man, we never see that vulnerability from him.
And it was very powerful to see Robin Robinson,
Survivor.
Right, nodding. I just remember when I went to the oncologist with my mother after her breast cancer diagnosis, and one of the things that she was talking about was the weight issue, and she's like, well, at least, you know, I'll at least be able to lose some weight. And the oncologist was like, no, actually it's more common for people to gain weight because of like stress eating. If you're able to eat, that's how people comfort themselves. So I just remember there being this this sense of not having an outlet. So that deep, dark sadness is a very common thing.
Wow. I'm happy he's open.
And let's just say he's not a wuss. Fighting stage 4 pancreatic cancer, it's everything but.
And continuing to work and be on the show with a positive attitude.
Yep, love him. We wish you well, Alex. We love you. We want to wish a happy belated birthday to Barbara Corcoran from Shark Tank. She celebrated her 70th birthday in style. The party was funeral themed. When guests arrived, they found her in a coffin. Later, she popped out of it to Diana Ross's I'm Alive. But why this theme? She says, quote, what the heck? You only die once. You might as well be around for it. This seems a lot like the film Death Becomes Her, starring Meryl Streep, Bruce Willis, and Goldie Hawn. And if it is a Death Becomes Her theme, I'm all for it because that's one of my favorite movies. But Erica, you look like you're a little surprised by this.
Yeah, you're not supposed to do that. No, you never want to get into
Erica,
a casket.
Aren't you in the funeral? Isn't your family in the funeral business?
Yes, they are.
And this is no.
And I actually asked for a coffin as a bed when I was a teenager, and my dad was like, so you wishing death on? And that's like a thing. It's like superstitious. You're not supposed to get into a casket.
I'm all for it.
I
think it's cool.
Really? I like cultures that kind of celebrate death. You think about like a circle line down in New Orleans when somebody passes away. I think, look, we're all scared of what happens because no one knows what happens at the end of whatever this journey is. But I think just kind of looking it right in the face and be like, hey, let's have some fun with it. I think it's all right.
But you don't bring up fun emotions when you think of somebody in a coffin. You know what I mean? It's like having a wedding and just your cake is the divorce papers. You know what I mean? That's not cool.
But what if her birthday party really is themed? Death Becomes Her themed. Have you seen the movie?
No.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Jeff, it's really good.
It's fantastic. Will you watch it this weekend? It's so good.
What's that face, Erica?
It's just, you don't do it. It's a real thing. And on top of it, I'm wondering how much they're selling that used casket for. Because once somebody gets in it, dead or alive, it's
she probably
like taking a used car off the lot.
She bought it. She had to have bought it.
Well, I'm saying it's used.
Yeah, Erica, now do you have the same superstition? Do you like not ever use anybody's crutches or anything like that?
I don't. No. Oh,
you
gosh,
wouldn't use someone's crutches?
No, I mean like joking around.
If I didn't need crutches, I would never.
Really?
Or get in a wheelchair if I didn't need the wheelchair. No, I don't do any of that.
Wow.
I barely step on cracks.
All right, well, tonight the Billboard Music Awards are taking over Sin City. Raquel Villanueva has everything you need to know about the show.
That's right, Sam. Expect some big performances from some of the world's biggest entertainers at the Billboard Music Awards. Taylor Swift is opening the show with her new single, Me, and she holds the record for winning 23 Billboard Awards. Madonna reportedly dropped $5 million on her performance. That will feature holograms. Paula Abdul is set to take the stage to preview her new Vegas show, and Kelly Clarkson's coming back to perform and host the show. Rapper Cardi B will be the person to beat. She's leading the awards pack with 21 nominations. And Mariah Carey's being honored with this year's Icon Award, so get ready to hear a medley of her greatest hits. The Billboard Music Awards air tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on NBC.
There's a new summer fashion trend for men, and it is hot, hot, hot. Our resident fashionista, Stephanie Jones, has more in her fashion roundup.
Gentlemen, get your thighs ready because summer 2019 is the season of the short shorts. Check out actor Jeff Goldblum in these Prada shorts. Ooh, I mean, that's a lot of leg, but I'm living for it. This style is bringing back some serious 80s vibes. I mean, how could you forget this look? Remember Tom Selleck rocking it? The actor wore this for the series Magnum P.I. I mean, can he really do investigating in those? And check out Elton John. Those legs are making me say, hold me closer, tiny dancer. Is this a trend all guys can rock? Well, I think so. So I decided to have a little fun with Photoshop. Here's a picture of our Jeff in some short shorts. Look at him go, hey. And take a look at Al. Now you can always pair it up with a kimono, just like our very own Al Jackson did. Lads, what do you reckon?
I think I'm about 6'7" in that picture. Yeah, the challenge works.
Hey, if we had bodies like that, I'd rock short shorts on this show.
I wouldn't have a shirt on up on this panel.
No way.
Like that.
No way. Honestly, I think it's alright for like swim trunks, but like just to go to the zoo and have super short shorts.
Yeah.
Maybe leave
To each its own. To each its own.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, but I do
think
like
certain
a
guys
shorter
could pull it
trunk.
off.
I do like a shorter swim trunk on a
The
man.
European cut.
Like a mid-thigh trunk on a man.
I
The
actually just
long
ordered a
shorts
bunch
on men.
more. And like you have to.
like.
Well, I said they look like gigantic toddlers. Like when a man has shorts past the knee, you look like a 4-year-old that's
Yeah, I
grown.
agree.
It's
Yeah.
weird. Now, who in the studio do you think could pull off the short shorts?
I think, of course, Jeray. Jeray just put his
Michael
hand up. But,
Dean.
honey, you didn't have to put your hand up, sweetie. Yeah, and Michael Dean would look great in it.
Michael, stand up and show those legs off.
Yeah, let's see.
Michael Dean is
Yeah, Michael Dean. We got to show Jeray, too. Jeray, honey, you know you want to rock them short shorts. Hey, yes, honey.
I just wish we could get Jeray to come out of his shell. You know?
Yeah, but those pictures, man. Speaking of abs, actor Zac Efron is getting to see his wax figure for the first time on Ellen. Watch what happened.
Whoever did this, I'm very impressed and
Yeah,
scared.
look at the vein right there. Look at that.
That's real. You did a good job. It's a little bigger than me. That's too big. And don't try and get for guys. That's unrealistic. I'm telling you. But I don't want people to think that's the best way to be. Like.
Yeah, kids, did you see? Do we have a still of Zac Efron in his abs? Not for my own personal.
I think it is, Sam.
No, we don't. Okay, but when you saw him lift up his shirt, they were so unbelievably cut. You thought he photoshopped his abs.
So between the break, I was looking. There's like a gif of him like going like this. There's some like color. There's some darkness
You think
in there.
he colored?
He's in terrific shape. I'm not saying he's in bad shape. There's some color under there for the show to make them like pop.
He might be tanned, but I'm telling you, I have seen a lot of naked bodies, seriously, fitness competitions and stuff.
Oh, okay.
I'm telling you, a lot of that stuff, you might have like a spray or painted, as they call it, but you don't necessarily have to paint that on. That's just some
I think
people.
that's Zac Efron, but he did say that it's not realistic for people to have his body.
Of course not.
The level of
diet and
commitment,
nutrition.
that is a full time. That's more than a full time
Can
job.
I just say, don't skip leg day, bro? You see those toothpicks?
Wow.
Run that video back. Run that video back. Look at. No, I'm just saying, like, hey, man, legs count too. That's it.
Would you skip leg day if you look like that?
Come on.
That's not even mean. Here we go.
Straight up hate.
Here we go.
Look at them legs.
What? He looks great.
Come on.
Oh, Al, you don't
look.
have to
Come on.
hate. Can you
I'm not hating.
Props?
Jeff.
Okay.
You are
Wednesdays
hating.
and Fridays.
So hard.
You're
You're like
I gotta give it to him.
right
He
now.
looks fantastic.
Hating.
I don't care.
Hating.
That's what's in this mug right now.
Like
his huge glass.
His toes are all janky.
You look great, Zac Efron. Coming up on DBL, it's all about appetizers. We're showing you how to make Chili's famous queso dip at home in Copycat Kitchen. But first, we're tackling a topic that may be difficult to talk about, but it is so important to discuss: sexless marriages, why it affects millions of Americans, and what you can do to fix things when DBL returns.
This May, don't miss a day of Daily Blast Live.
Let's talk about it.
Along with the most entertaining, unfiltered talk in daytime, we're dedicating the month of May to mom.
That just gave me chills.
Deserving moms are getting amazing makeovers. An empty nester gets a life-changing opportunity. And are you or your kids planning to get married? Our DBL Wedding Season series will help you do it on a budget. Plus, whatever happened to 80s icon Tony Basil? Mrs. C, Marion Ross from Happy Days, Donna Mills from Knots Landing? We're sitting down with your favorite classic stars. Also, our hosts are roughing it in the wild in a challenge we're calling DBL's Fully Clothed and Afraid. And make sure to watch to win some incredible prizes, including a getaway to a stunning Sandals resort. Things are happening every day this May on DBL.
Al, you would say I'm hating.
No! I love Erica's reaction when Al talks.
When Al said I was hating, okay, let's say I said her legs were too thick. You would say I was hating Al.
No, I'd say there's no such thing.
No,
yeah, right.
Well, first of all, everyone would say that you were hating because you would be hating.
Yeah.
Much like Al Jackson is hating.
Yeah.
I used to, like, it always floors me how people can find something in the most minuscule. No, I did fitness competitions for 4 years. I am not naturally a thin, fit person. So in order to do something like that, it takes a level of commitment like no other. And every single time you get to that point and people are like,
her knees are knobby.
Oh, did you see that her knees don't match the rest of
Yeah,
her legs?
yeah.
I think I saw a little bit of something jiggling right here.
Yeah.
That's clearly they got into a plastic surgeon's office.
Businessman from the 40s in your mind. What is that?
Yeah.
It doesn't even sound like me. Eric, I'm just saying
Okay.
all the dudes agreed they just don't want to get attacked, so I'll take all the bullets. There were some nods around this room. That's what I'm saying.
Well, they're
And
equal
did-
haters, y'all.
Courtney, give me an up, down,
Captain, my
or
captain,
left, right.
have your dead poets
Were his legs a
reciting
little
your
skinny?
I didn't see them good.
Because you were looking at his abs the whole time.
Oh.
You're not saying he's taking roids.
There's haters in here.
That is not steroids.
No, you have. He probably has
The grill when he did Baywatch.
Stuart, you're on air.
I could.
Stuart's a little inside in this business. So.
Yeah, I could see you maybe doing. I'm not saying steroids in that case, but I mean doing a little something extra if you have a movie coming up
that's
or your
weird. It's
regiment.
like when these guys
but
get
this guy's
jacked-
not even in Baywatch. He
Yeah,
just
of course
looks
he's
like
getting,
that.
No, he's getting ready for a movie. He said he's been working his butt off. This is not realistic.
Yeah, but he has his shirt off in every movie.
Genetics.
Genetics
I know.
something
Dahmer one, he's
crazy.
A survivalist.
Every movie he has a shirt.
Oh, but
off.
he's also, he's doing a whole, survivalist series.
Yeah.
Him surviving in
Do
the
you know
wild.
I met him one time? I
No.
met Zac
Was he
Efron.
nice?
We went to the comedy store.
Was he nice?
Sunset, is that the Black Factory?
Welcome back to DBL. Let's face it, if you're married and not having sex, there is a problem. It's normal, though, for couples to go through ups and downs during their marriage, and we shouldn't be ashamed to talk about it. If you feel more like you're living with a glorified roommate than a partner, listen up, and you're not alone. Chronic stress can mess with your sex drive and even reduce it. If managing your monthly bills or dropping the kids off consumes your mind more than getting busy, try scheduling sex. Now, experts say when you're feeling overwhelmed, sex can feel more like a chore, but having a set time for it is okay. I know that takes out the spontaneity of it, which takes out some of the adrenaline, so to speak. But listen, when you got kids, especially if you got 3 kids, you got to do what you got to do.
You got to, and I mean, you schedule everything else that you want to do that's important to you. So why not sex? I mean, it's always supposed to be
just call it date night, right?
Right. It's supposed to be the spontaneous thing, but why not make sure that you do it? Because I think physical intimacy is a big deal, unless you are a couple that's kind of asexual. That some people prefer that, and that's why they live like that.
Stress is a libido killer.
Yeah, it is.
However, if you can push through it for your time with your partner, I think it's super important because stress, it can also help with stress.
Good point. Good point.
Can I ask you guys, what would you tell our viewers if they say that I'm still interested in sex, but it seems like my partner's interest has dropped off? Because I think a lot of times it's a two-way street, but sometimes you're like, yeah, what's up? And your partner's like, that's fine.
I think we have some tips about it.
All right. I thought this was just a talking.
Well, it may sound simple, but communication is key. If you're interested in spicing things up, say so. Talk about your fantasies and desires. If you don't get familiar with your spouse about what you want, you're guaranteed a dry spell. Let's get one more tip in and then we'll discuss. Sometimes we can get bored, right? But don't let your curiosity die. Our sexuality is constantly evolving, so try targeting what makes you feel desired and express that to your partner. Also find out what turns your partner on, meaning like without even in the bedroom. Like, going out to dinner for me, just having one-on-one time with my husband, him doting on me. Don't take that the wrong way, but him just being present with me is a turn on. So I think if you're going to schedule sex, make sure that there's a little bit of foreplay, and it doesn't have to be
foreplay.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, no, I totally agree with everything you're saying. I don't think there's anything wrong. People have busy schedules. People have kids. I don't think there's anything wrong with, doing your work week and then on the weekends. It's for you and your wife. That's for you and your family or for whoever. And like you said, I don't think it's just foreplay. I think it's doing something with the family, turns my wife on. Going to Costco turns me on. You know what I mean? There's different things for different people.
Unloading the dishwasher.
Can we stop dancing around it and just say that you got to get freaky with your partner? You absolutely do.
Well, it depends.
You absolutely got to, because it's just you guys.
What that means, though.
Al, that's
I mean, that means different things.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
But maybe, criticize them outside of the bedroom can hinder your sex life. It's also a huge factor in getting a divorce. So experts say your sexual self is immature and easily hurt. So go easy on your lover when offering advice for change. So let's say you did want your sexual partner to be more adventurous. I guess you have to be a little bit delicate about that.
It's tough. And you guys are, when you're a couple with children, a couple with a business. You guys are business partners in raising the children, and sometimes you start to see them more as that than a sexual being, and you can't forget that your husband or your wife or your partner, whatever kind of relationship you're in, is still a sexual being and needs to be treated as such.
I think it's important to evolve in your sexual relationships because having been
freaky.
Well, I feel like I've lived 2 different lives because I've been married before and divorced, and I think that being more open to the idea of there being more than maybe what you've experienced is always a great thing, especially when you're bringing different experiences to the bedroom.
Yeah. And I think talking about it, it's so taboo here in America for some reason. Like, people don't want to discuss or communicate with their significant other. And the more we can talk about it and see it as a healthy part of a relationship, I think the more that we can make everybody happy.
There we go.
Can we change the prompter for the 3rd hour when I host and just put "get freaky" and then we're done?
Yeah,
then
you're not discussing it.
I'm just kidding.
Are you making fun of Al again?
No, I'm making fun of myself because I hate reading all that.
Coming up on DBL, a bird gets ready for their close-up. We'll show you the cute video that's going viral and an easy recipe everyone in your family will love. We'll show you how to make Chili's queso dip in your own kitchen when we come back.
Hey DVL Nation, it's Lex and I'm here with the DVL Digital team giving you guys more top trending stories during the breaks here at Daily Blast Live. So if you're sticking with us, you'll see our really cool queso instructional for Copycat Kitchen, but you won't be able to eat it if you are participating in the 10-day challenge. So it's day 3 of our 10-day challenge and it's running through May 8th. And for those of you who don't know the rules are no alcohol, no sugar, You have to have 15 minutes of movement daily, and you have to eat protein. So as far as diets go and challenges go, I feel like this is a really attainable challenge. I think anyone can really try and do better in any of these aspects. So if you are doing the challenge, go to the DBL Nation Facebook group to show us your progress. Make sure you comment on other people's posts. You're sharing photos, you're sharing videos. Even if it's not you working out or eating right, just send us a video of like how you are feeling. Or have you seen any improvement in your energy? Hey Jeff, are you doing the 10-day challenge? You want to come talk about it? So.
Doesn't it look like I'm doing a 10-day challenge?
Oh, I can already see it.
You don't look like Zac yet.
See it.
I know, I need to work on my Zac Efron.
He's good motivation.
Don't forget
He
the
is.
leg day.
He's good motivation.
Actually, I used to do so much, I don't know what we're talking, you want to talk about the 10-day
Yeah,
challenge?
yeah. So it's day 3. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. So I'm making like little videos. We're gonna put it like into a whole thing. So each day at the gym or whatever, I'm making a little video, like a little inspiring, a little what I'm doing. But what I'm doing is I have this. It's my phone's up at the desk. It's called Lose It. It's this app. It's free.
Okay.
And I write everything that I eat, even the olive oil I put in my food. I track it, and then I track how much I work out, and it kind of minuses the calories. My big thing was how much protein my body was getting. I didn't know until I met that girl that I wasn't getting enough protein.
Yeah.
So for me, in a lot of my videos, I'm like, I had my protein shake. I'm not trying to be a gym nerd. I'm trying to say my body wasn't getting enough protein, and she helped me with that. So now I up my
You
protein.
think that's the hardest part about the 10-day challenge for you?
No. You know what? It's weird. Whenever I can't do something or can't have something, I crave it 10 times more. So now I never eat sweets. It's really not. I'm more of a salty guy. But I want a piece of key lime pie so bad for some reason. I don't know why. I'm like,
You can
man.
do a sugar-free one.
Hey everyone, Tori here. Welcome back to another edition of Copycat Kitchen. Meow! Today we are recreating the famous bubbling skillet queso no one can resist at Chili's. So here are the ingredients you're gonna need. 2 cups of Velveeta cheese sliced into cubes. 3/4 of a cup of milk, cayenne, a 15-ounce can of Wolf brand chili, no beans, 2 teaspoons of chili powder, 2 teaspoons of lime juice, and then half a teaspoon of cumin. And now we're gonna combine everything into a saucepan. All right, it's getting hot in here. So you wanna take your cheese bowl and go ahead and gently mix your cheese with your chili. Look at this, look at this. Huh? There we go. Now you're gonna just gently stir over a low heat. You don't want anything to burn, but you wanna get it a little intense, you know what I'm saying? Milk. I hear ya. And of course you wanna put in cumin, lime juice, chili powder, and you know what? I'm gonna do half of the cayenne. You wanna have it at this point looking a little like a burnt sienna crayon from the Crayola box. All right, guys, this stuff is so addictive because once you know how to make it at home, you just can't stop. So now we're gonna see if the host can tell the difference between that queso and my queso, but I don't think it's gonna be so much of an issue. Steph, I'm gonna feed you some chips.
Sure.
Chip A and chip B, and you're gonna tell me which you think is from Chili's and which one you think I made.
Okay.
Okay, you ready? Very nice job. Okay, that is chip A. Okay, so which one do you think is the restaurant quality one, and which one do you think I made?
I'm gonna go with the second one is the professional.
And the first I made.
Yeah.
All right, so marinate that a little. Which is from Chili's and which did Tori make, A or B?
Oh, Tori made A, Chili's made B. Thank you, and I'll see you later.
Which one did Tori make, which did Chili's make?
Tori is A, Chili's is B.
The answer is absolutely the other way around. Really? I made B, Chili's made A. And that's a wrap on that. If you guys want to know more about our recipes, go to dailyblastlive.com/recipes and let us know on social media which recipes you want us to copy next. I'm taking that mask. So how did I queso do? We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
If it